More than 70% of alcohol-fueled arrests in the UK take place at night.
Square up my fucking face now! Pick me up now, look at that!
Stretching the night cops on the front line to the limit. As they battle to keep peace on the streets. Tonight, in Swindon, a group of angry mums. Edinburgh night cops deal with this little charmer.
Aye, so unhappy, are you?
And a birthday outing in Darlington goes horribly wrong.
You fucking idiot! Behind your back!
Like that, so you get a good grip of that.
It's 10:15, Saturday night. In Swindon, PC's Joe Tomkinson and Ian Newbury are starting the night shift. The night cops know that their job can be unpredictable, and most of their problems are caused by just one thing.
Alcohol plays a big part in most things we do on nights. Whether it be domestics, whether it be crime, a lot of it is alcohol related.
First call of the night is a tip-off about a man who's been drinking and who may be about to drive home drunk.
We've actually found the vehicle here in situ at the club. We're just sitting up now to see if we can see him coming out. Road is relatively quiet. We're not needed elsewhere at this time, so there's no harm in just sitting up and waiting to see if he leaves.
But before they get the chance to catch him leaving, they get another call.
Yeah, confirm assistance in Longsbar. Yeah, I've got this order there in a private party. One's made off.
Just round the corner.
Yeah, all units taking made by immediate response Longsbar.
The call means they have more pressing matters. An officer has called for help.
All you hear is colleagues screaming down the radio for assistance, and you don't know the exact situation. They could be in danger.
Even though they don't know the details, PC's Newbury and Tomkinson need to get there fast.
457.
The good news is, they were less than a minute away.
Yeah, any unit.
As they get out, they hear shouts down the street. When they reach the rear entrance to the bar, they find a group of people have spilled out onto the street after a gatecrasher started a fight at an 18th birthday party. The night cops need to restore peace quickly before any major fights break out. PC Tomkinson keeps an eye on the door while officers check on a disturbance down the road.
A mass disorder going on.
As a teenager is brought back to the bar, he kicks off at the cops. The lad has taken exception to the cops moving him along. Fortunately, PC Tomkinson's quick thinking has knocked the fight out of him.
Stop being November 31 Delta to Longsbar Town Centre. Longsbar, top of Victoria Road, Old Town.
Wait, he's trying to punch him, man. You seen that?
I saw that. Yeah. He's run away.
Tuesday, Centre 312.
The priority for the night cops now is to calm everyone down. And so PC Newbury tries to talk some sense into the pent-up lad.
Sound advice for you. If you don't calm down, you're going to get arrested.
But now the cops have a bigger problem. The mums are on the warpath.
Talk to me like that. I'm the mother of my
Right,
fucking...
what's your language? What's your language for a start? You get yourself arrested. That's fine. You don't point to me.
Tempers are flaring.
It's pretty unclear as to what's gone on.
But before PC Newbury can explain what's going on, one of the mothers pushes PC Tomkinson too far. He's now taking her to cool off in the car.
All you have to do is walk away, wasn't it?
Come sit in the car with me so you learn how to behave yourself in public.
Yeah, can you help me to stop?
And she's not the only one who's losing it, as more irate mothers are taking a pop at the night cops.
Alison! Shut fucking Who's actually in charge of all your people? You fucking lot! Who's in charge? Policeman! Alison!
I am, my dear. I've been a policeman for 24 years. And I don't want you telling me that I'm not.
Don't you fucking face me! Don't you fucking know!
And once again, the mothers have gone too far.
Well, I think you all watch what you're doing, because I don't think how far can you go that?
Oh dear, it's another mum in cuffs.
I am calm. And what did I do? I will do that. I will do that. What is it that I did? Oh, fuck off.
As she's led away, she passes her teenage son.
I am 50 and I am not calm. I'm being arrested because I hate the police.
What a great example she's setting.
Oh, shut up. Because quite honestly, yeah, I am not calm. Because I am not true. Oh, great, a fucking van.
Now she's worrying about how her son is going to get in the house without a key.
We're just getting in. No, because you might need a key to get home. Fucking drunk. I'd love it if I was fucking drunk.
As she's taken off to custody, PC Tompkinson is clearing off the remaining teenagers.
You can't speak to us. Go.
You have to go, mate. Go on, get yourself off home. Don't get yourself in any trouble. It's not worth it. That's it. Good man.
Now there's only one mum to deal with. The woman arrested earlier, who has now calmed down. She'll get a lift back home, but before she does, PC Tompkinson explains to her brother why there was no choice but to arrest her.
We can't allow people to see people pushing us around. It doesn't look very good, and it makes a mockery of the police nowadays. She's been arrested. She's been arrested as a means to an end for her own safety, because if she'd stayed there winding people up as she was, she'd been punched or hit or anything. So what she won't realise now is I've actually done her a favour. All right, no problem at all.
She's the lucky one. Her mate will be spending the rest of the night in lockup. The next morning, she received a £40 fine for a public order offence. That's one teenage birthday party she won't be forgetting in a hurry. Coming up, can you catch me?
Lie down there.
Yeah, we can.
You silly ugly fuck.
A night on the tiles becomes a night in custody for this mouthy lass.
And this fucking push was with me, you fucking.
And this sleeping beauty gets a rude awakening, courtesy of the night cops.
Hey, fuck off, man. This is the police. You need to wake up for a minute. Wake up.
As Britain's town centres get more and more violent, a new problem has emerged. Women who are drunk and dangerous.
Fucking asshole!
Get listed.
In the past 5 years, the number of women arrested for violent attacks has doubled to more than 86,000. With the introduction of 24-hour licensing and cheap booze,
Dirty, scabby footpath in Darlington.
the ladette culture is here to stay.
I'm drunk, but I'm not disorderly. Oh, don't touch him. He's my friend, not yours.
From harmless flirtation to completely losing it. Women who have drunk too much are an increasing problem for the night cops.
You want an ambulance?
You, well, I've ordered.
When drunk women turn nasty, the night cops know they can be a handful to deal with.
If you have any trouble, phone us.
These days, more women are convicted of violent offences than any other crime. With 240 incidents taking place every single day.
Can I get some chicken?
This girl in Darlington isn't being violent. She is drunk, though, and has been accused of stealing a wallet. So PC's Paul Foley and Carl Fairest need to do a search of her bag to make sure she's not hiding it.
Seriously, I'll take everything off that I've got.
She's keen to prove her innocence by showing the night cops she literally has nothing on her.
Nothing. All right? Fine.
It doesn't shock the night cops, though, and because they haven't found the wallet, they send the innocent and outraged drunk girl on her way. 2 miles away, PC Jeff Summerhill and the team have been called to an incident in a residential area. It's at a house where neighbours have recently heard a woman screaming.
There's been a report of a disturbance in the street. Dog section and the helicopter are there, and they're asking for some assistance.
Headcombs going on. Dog section.
When the team arrive, paramedics are already on the scene. The woman is drunk and inside the house, but she's been aggressive towards them and won't let anyone in.
She won't let us near him.
You all right? Has she been treated then or not?
She won't let us anywhere near her. I mean, she's obviously asking for a drink, and if they're saying she's banged out a few times.
It soon emerges the drunk woman they're dealing with is a known and violent offender.
And what's she called? Stephanie.
She's been arrested for drunk and disorderly once already that month. While the night cops decide what to do, the woman makes a break for it. They catch up quickly and it takes 5 of them to try and restrain her. Because she's known for being violent and has already been aggressive towards paramedics, the night cops need to arrest her.
Watch your head and take her down the floor.
But she's putting up a fight.
Just lie down there. Stop struggling.
You got it?
You silly!
You got it?
The woman is so intoxicated, her lack of restraint has increased, and she's using all her strength to resist the night cops.
Garfield!
What do you get, honey? What do you get?
Honey, who are you talking to? That
They eventually get her in the van, but she's still not finished.
Date of birth,
2 night cops have to go in to try and calm her down.
get that sorted out.
Guys! That's happening!
Yes, due to alcohol.
No! I don't care!
Just thrashing out a bit, irate. Phil's just gone in to try and make her restrain her.
It's more than 2 miles back to lockup. For her own safety, the cops in the cage will have to stay with her all the way.
Calm down, Stephanie.
No!
Calm down.
As they pull into the station, she's still kicking off. The night cops know that getting her out of the van and into custody is going to be a problem.
I don't know if we have to wait a bit yet.
Yeah, I know. I just want to get her out of here, just to calm it down a bit.
Whilst the team work out how to move her safely,
Just hold her here till I...
160 miles north in Edinburgh city centre, crowds are out in full force. PC's Mish Mashemwa and Duncan Bowie are patrolling the clubs and bars, making sure everyone's behaving themselves.
Basically, around this time on a Friday, Saturday night, we do what we call intervention visits. Basically, we just go and find out what's been going on and if we have been having any problems in off-license places and so forth, so that later on we can gauge the mood of what's going to be happening in the city centre towards midnight and so forth. No problem. See you. Take care. All right, cheers.
PC Mashemwa is a glass-half-full kind of cop.
I'm still optimistic that it's going to be a good night. I don't think we're going to have too much hassle.
But it's not long before he's proven wrong and is in the firing line.
And you've just been heard calling me a nigger.
I never said that. I was on half the laugh.
You're detained under section 4, right?
But first, the lad denies using the word, then says it was just a joke.
I'm sorry. I never meant that. I was on half the laugh. I never said that.
He knows what he's done.
The night cops have to take abusive remarks seriously, as it's this sort of behaviour that can escalate into violence, so they arrest him.
Well, I never heard it, but he obviously did, eh?
Man, please, keep your hands down. I'm going home, eh? That's my girlfriend now.
No, you're not.
His girlfriend takes up where he left off.
You wait. He's been arrested and that's it. Now where you go?
He done fuck off. He's swinging me.
Don't touch me again.
Then he fucking swinging me or push me.
Don't touch me again.
Then he fucking push or swing at me, right? Fucking hell. Then he fucking push or swing at me, you fucking Then he fucking so. That's too much. Fucking do it.
Swearing at PC Mashemwa means she's in danger of a trip to the cells if she doesn't keep a lid on it.
Transport to Cowgate Signal, please.
But she's still complaining and blames it all on PC Mashemwa.
Watch the window.
Oh my fucking god. Right, you can push through me, but I can't even but you can't. Fucking been hit again. You fucking swore and pushed me, you and you fucking lie. Oh my fucking god. Fucking, oh my god, don't bullshit, man. I fucking heard the mic.
But her bad attitude isn't doing her any favours.
Fuck's sake, fuck
The night cops won't allow public disorder like her and her boyfriend have started to continue. So she's about to join him in PC Mashemwa's van. Now it's the camera crew who are on the receiving end.
Aye, so unhappy, are you?
Nice. Before they go off to the cell, she's got one last request.
Excuse me, can we get the same setup with the penny shop? Nah, fine, innit?
And who said romance was dead? PC Mushenwa has no regrets at locking them both up.
That the boyfriend comes out and shouts racial abuse at us. We come back, start dealing with the boyfriend. She comes along, we tell her to go away. She refuses to go away, starts shouting and swearing at us. And several times we told her to go away, and then she went to push me, and that was the end of it. And she just got arrested for a breach.
As she's driven to custody, she's still maintaining her innocence. But by the time she arrives, she seems to have calmed down.
Lean forward, watch your head, and when you drop, you promise. Right. See, got you, watch your back.
My hands are balanced.
Right. Got you. Oh! Landing in these shoes couldn't have been comfy.
Surprise, surprise. It's not the first time this girl's been to a police station.
This is St Leonard's.
You've been here before?
No, I've been to another one.
What other one you been to?
This time she'll have to wait to be seen, as the night cops have been busy.
Oh, wait, there's a queue. You just want to have a seat on the bench here, because we might be a little while. Yeah.
But the wait has given her time to reflect on her actions.
I bet you're mouthing off a bit, eh?
Obviously, I'm Jason. But we've got a kind heart, honestly.
And now that she's sobered up a bit, she seems to have seen the error of her ways.
Don't drink, even if you drink, don't drink as much to get this.
And for drinking as much as she did, she was landed with a £40 fine. "400 miles south in Aylesbury, this couple have been accused of attempting to steal a handbag. This is the group making the allegation.
Listen, what's happening?
They're all supposed to be friends, but the booze has fueled the fracas.
Right, who's going to listen?
The woman whose bag was almost nicked just wants to leave it all behind her.
You don't. Listen. 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 If you
All the night cops can do is calm down what is going on in front of them. The woman accused of walking away with the handbag isn't really being helpful.
Right, I need to know.
Mother's in there.
Don't, otherwise you'll get nicked if you muck around, okay?
Do you know what mum's
Right, listen, why were you fighting with the girl over there? There's obviously a reason why, isn't there?
Lucky for her, the women are all friends, or were, until tonight.
We're not pressing charges. She doesn't want to. She knows you. She's a friend. Okay?
Can we let's leave it. Rebecca, listen.
Fortunately, she's not going to be arrested, and neither is her boyfriend.
It's drink, isn't it? So they've all got their bags back and they're happy. I think they've sorted out in the morning. I think they actually are friends.
Without any evidence of theft, it's just a case of handbags at dawn. Back in Darlington, PC Summerhill and the team are still trying to persuade the drunk and violent woman they arrested to come out of the van and into the station.
Stephanie, listen to me.
Steph. He must not be else, I don't know.
It's the second time this month that she's been brought to the cells for being drunk and disorderly.
Right, come on, we're going in. He's not there.
I don't want to.
Come on, we're going to come on.
After 10 minutes in the van, the cops have finally persuaded her to walk inside to be processed.
She said of the fucking what?
Come on.
The fucking one. Why did you say
Well, take your knees off. You got to behave yourself.
Yeah, well I am. Come in there. No,
Just turn around that way and face there. Put your fist out so it's not clenched. Put your arm on there, that's it. Just keep on here.
You're moving
Just
my
keep your
arm.
arm there still. We'll get that. Stand still. Got any property in your pockets?
Everyone arrested has to be searched to make sure they have nothing on them they could use to harm themselves. But the woman isn't playing ball.
Let me take this off. Come on.
No.
Steph, undo that.
No,
Steph.
I don't want fun. Stephanie.
Pretty soon it becomes clear that she hasn't sobered up and isn't calm enough to continue the search. She's kicking off again. The night cops have little choice but to take her straight to the cell. But they still need to remove anything harmful from her.
Steph, this ring's going to have to come off, all right? We have to take this ring off and get it back.
Have you got any earrings in this one?
The night cops are forced to use restraints to stop her from hurting herself.
Calm yourself down, Steph. Calm yourself down. I think, right?
The cops don't have padded cells, so they make do with whatever they've got to hand.
What are you doing this for, Steph? Calm yourself down. I think it's drinking a mixture of drugs. Apparently she was in last night and did exactly the same thing.
There's no evidence that she has taken drugs, and so all the night cops can do is hope the drunk woman tires herself out. While she does, the cops will keep a keen eye on her.
Is someone going to be watching? Is someone coming down to watch her? I think without the audience and the attention, she's going to be down. Yeah, she'll be fine. She'll be all right, that's all it is for.
One thing's for sure, it's going to be a sleepless night for the rest of Darlington lockup. The Crown Prosecution Service later dropped the charge of drunk and disorderly due to insufficient evidence, and no further action was taken. Coming up, it's the night cops versus this lad in Aylesbury. But he's not going down easily.
Right, get down on the floor!
And this young man in Salisbury is all confused.
What's going on? You've been arrested, Sunshine.
All over the UK on busy nights out, the night cops are faced with aggressive, normally alcohol-fueled behaviour. What starts out as a bit of swearing can escalate into something much more serious.
Hey, you fucking idiot!
Oh, no, not Tom!
Section 5 of the Public Order Act aims to nip threatening behaviour in the bud.
You're under arrest.
There you go, that's the last time going.
By giving police power to arrest anyone who could be causing harassment, alarm or distress. Be it through swearing or acting disorderly. In Aylesbury, it's chucking out time. More and more people are moving out of the bars and onto the street. PC Stockings knows that a flare-up can happen at any time.
You know something's going to happen eventually, it's just waiting around for it.
Well, they won't have to wait any longer. A lad emerges from a bar with his friends in tow, trying to start a fight against a group of men. PC and Stockings step in between the groups. Like most disputes the night cops deal with, alcohol has played a major part.
Well, what's he done, mate?
What's he done? He fucking pint down my back. Fuck off. Don't be starting that shit. Fucking man. You give me a pound. What?
Where are you going then? You gonna get a taxi home? Okay.
One group is doing the sensible thing and calling it a night. But the lad in the white shirt is still spoiling for a fight.
You know what, I'll tell you what, we'll come talk to the manager then, right? He just told us to do these. They just fucking they just spat their drink all over us. No offence, or what? I'll talk. You're reducing the rest of the people around here. They're getting filmed,
The lad's obviously wound up. Rather than risk his behaviour getting worse, they need to take action now and remove him from the crowd.
Just want to have a word with him over here, right?
Because of his aggressive behaviour and swearing, they arrest him for a Section 5. But once he realises he's heading towards the van, he starts to fight back.
Right, get down on the floor!
As the cops try to pin him down, the drunk puts up a struggle. The cops have a way of dealing with these situations. CS gas.
Put your arms behind your back or she will get sprayed! Put your arms behind your back or she will get sprayed! Put it behind your back, now!
As the night cops try to cuff him, his mate gets involved.
Right, everyone away!
Thankfully, extra officers are on hand to deal with the growing crowd. whilst he makes a song and dance about the wet pavement.
Let me get on the floor, it's fucking soaking wet! You're taking the fucking piss out of me, it's soaking wet! Why you got those fucking arms? Come on!
Once he's back up on his feet, he takes his anger out on the camera. Not a good idea. Handcuffing the lad hasn't done the trick, so the night cops put his head down. It's an extra restraint technique they use when offenders aren't complying. That should keep him in order.
Do it!
If this thug had been left alone with his mates, the end result could have been a lot worse. Luckily, the night cops were there to put a stop to it before things got out of hand. The lad was later given an £80 fine for a Section 5 public order offence. 100 miles south in Salisbury, it's after 1 in the morning. And PC's Phil Artingstall and Richard Adlam are on foot patrol, manning the town centre.
Evening, guys. You all right?
How you doing, yeah?
Excuse me.
It's against the law in Salisbury to drink alcohol on the street.
I don't really want to take it, but I have to.
Yeah, it's all right, mate. I understand.
There was only a dribble left in it anyway, lad.
There you go, it's empty now. Would you like to go and find a bin?
Oh, I will try to.
Which is why this lad is such a good sport about his tipple being poured down the drain. But sometimes it's easier to get rid of the drink than it is the drunks. The night cops are about to find this out as they come across an arguing couple.
There's no problem here, is there?
No.
Sure.
He was just sick, but it's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Hello, camera.
Whoa!
We're on TV.
Wait a second. I didn't get permission for this.
You don't have to, sir.
You don't have to, mate. It's a public place, all right?
No, it's not.
It's a public place. You're in the street, man.
I'm not in the
Sorry.
place. Whoa, whoa.
Leave the camera alone, son.
Whoa.
Okay, back off.
Back off.
No, I suggest you back off, son. Otherwise, you're going to come in for being drunk and disorderly, all right?
He's fine. He's
Move
not
away,
drunk.
please.
No, I'm not going to walk. I'm going to stay here. You going to go or not?
It's pretty obvious to the night cops the man's had a skinful, but the last thing they want is a scene.
I think the best thing we can do is walk away.
Are you going to go? Of course they're going to go. Bye.
It should be over, but just as they walk away...
Bye. Bye. See you later. Have a fun night. See you later. Bye, police.
What are you doing?
I'll take your pardon.
What?
What did you just say?
You called me a
What?
fucking...
I called her a fucking bitch.
Right, you're arrested.
Don't arrest
Public
him.
order, okay?
Sorry, do you want to handcuff me?
Put your arms behind your back.
I'm doing it.
Okay, you're under arrest under public order. Put your arm behind your back.
I'm doing it.
There's a limit to what you can get away with saying to the night cops, and this chap has gone too far.
Okay.
Can I just say what I'm being arrested for?
Yeah, you're being arrested under the Public Order Act, Sunshine. Okay, for swearing in the street.
Swearing in a public place is a minor offence, but something the night cops don't take lightly. So he's landed himself with a Section 5.
That hurts a lot.
Wait a sec. Wait. Oh, dear.
That
Can
was
I...
so unnecessary. So very, very unnecessary.
The night cops often put this sort of behaviour down to one thing.
Again, it's drink at the end of the day.
By the time he gets to custody, the man's turned from Mr. Tough Guy into a poor little innocent boy. Funny what a trip to lockup can do.
Need a hand?
Please. I'm handcuffed.
Put your... Yeah.
What's going on?
You've been arrested under Section 5 of the Public Order Act, mate.
Why?
For swearing at us in the street.
I'm sorry.
You've had your warnings, yeah?
I'm hurting. My arm's hurting me.
Your arms are hurting you because you've been handcuffed because you're hostile towards us. They're not fashion accessories, they're there for a reason, son. Here you go, in here, in here, in here. Just go and take a seat in there. Go and take a seat.
I'm sorry, I'm sitting down.
Thank you.
Looks like he's regretting his actions, and the night cops are about to find out why.
What do you do?
I'm a doctor.
Are you?
The man thinks a conviction may lose him his job, but the truth is the chances of him being sacked are very, very low.
I'm about to get sacked.
Well, don't look on the worst side of things, Freddie.
You say that, but I'm about to get sacked.
Well,
My job's over.
let's not look on the worst side of
Well,
things.
you know what? Just fucking take them off because I'm about to get sacked. I'm a good person. I just get buggered on by you.
Whilst waiting to be seen at the front desk, the doctors found something else to complain about.
This hurts. I know, and I keep telling you, if you keep moving your arms about and moving your wrists about, you as a doctor should know this. What's going to happen is your skin's going to get irritated, your wrists are then going to swell, and it's going to become tighter. Thank you.
I'm standing up.
That's all right. This way then. Good man. Come on.
PC Artingstall tries to find common ground with the doctor, seeing as both their jobs are to serve the public.
Well, I'm sorry, Freddie, but your actions in the street, we can't tolerate that. And I'm sure you wouldn't tolerate that as a doctor if you were treated that way by a patient.
I'm sure.
All right, straighten that arm, mate.
It's over to Custody Sergeant Mick Wood to deal with the lad, who admits just how drunk he is.
20 units.
A few minutes later, though, when trying to get him to sign a standard risk assessment, the chap's forgotten what he just said. Looks like he's developed alcohol-induced amnesia.
I've made assessment that I've got 20 units on board.
So that's what you told me.
I didn't tell you that.
It's all being recorded in here, anyway.
Okay,
But you said 20 units.
Play it back to me.
I don't need to, Freddie.
No.
Don't be silly, I don't need to. But you've had a couple of drinks. I think there's no question about that.
But the night cops are losing their patience.
The thing is, I don't really know what I'm doing. What's the best thing for me to
Sober. I can't influence you, Freddie.
It's 2 hours
Speak
from
to
now.
the sergeant.
It's all become a bit too much for the drunk doctor,
Can I put my head down and go to sleep?
That way then, please, Freddie.
who decides he'd rather take a nap in Salisbury's custody digs.
Okay.
And a glass of water, please.
Yeah, we'll get you that in a minute. Okay. Cheers. Good night. It's the drink talking. He's probably a lovely guy when he's stone cold sober.
The man was later given a fixed penalty ticket of £40 and sent on his way. In Edinburgh, there's someone else who's about to learn a lesson. Just as Inspector Colin Hewitt is about to impart some words of wisdom,
An old cop said to me many years ago,
he's rudely interrupted by this man. For Inspector Hewitt, the moon is out, and it's full.
aye, outstanding.
Taxi.
Nice try, laddie.
Let's just go up the road a wee bit, okay?
40 quid, all right?
He's going to get a ticket for exposing himself.
I'm charging you that you did expose yourself on a public street, therefore committing a breach of the peace.
Okay, thank you.
Do you understand the charge against you?
Yep.
It's all fairly simple, but now the lad and his friends are trying to argue against the ticket, and now the night cops are spending their time.
Do you guys actually feel angry? Yeah?
Angry? Why would I be angry?
Exactly.
I don't know, so you guys would delight us that you give us a charge.
It's a waste of the government's time.
It's unacceptable for somebody to drop his trousers in the middle of the road.
I understand that.
It's a waste of time. I'm not saying this because any...
The point is that maybe you'll think about it next time.
Some guy's getting stabbed in Glasgow because I could pop him a kegs and there's no point in that.
I've been in this job for 25 years, and you wouldn't believe the amount of time somebody said, you should be out catching this, you should be out doing that, when we're dealing with stuff like this.
But man, you know
If you
it's
people
true.
didn't do stuff like this, then we would be out doing
I'm not doing
the other
anyone
stuff.
any harm. I'm doing no one harm.
It's unacceptable to get your backside out to the members of the public, irrespective of who they are. You know that, and so do I.
Well said, Inspector Hewitt. Looks like it's done the trick, as the cocky lad and his friends have gone all quiet.
Don't do it again.
Not all indecent exposure ends in a ticket from the night cops in Edinburgh. Have a look at this flirty young man.
Can I help you?
I wonder if you can.
Fish supper and 2 pies, mate.
You're doing like a cameraman. Da, 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 da,
Hey,
da.
what to do is put your shirt down.
Oh! This man's got game. I like it.
It's no skin on Sergeant Scott Oliver's nose, as the confident chap is only having a laugh with him.
We're not even real cops, we've actually got a show during the festival.
Have you?
No,
Looks like
it's I won.
Half a mile away, PC's David Brady and Duncan Bowie are dealing with some exposure of their own.
Oh, you can't do that. It's going to be one of the most expensive peas you've ever had.
The man's in full flow, so the night cops do the polite thing and wait. And wait. And wait. And wait some more.
You write, I'll do the searching.
Yes, sir.
So he'll be getting a ticket for that. When he's finished, of course.
That's right, keep shaking.
But he won't be shaking off the £40 fine he later received. 160 miles south in Darlington, Sergeant Cat is out with the incident response team. The job is to patrol the streets and provide backup whenever it's needed. It's been a busy night on the town for the punters, but an unusually quiet one for the night cops.
I am thrilled that law and order prevails on the streets of Darlington. However, it does mean that the night drags.
It's 2 in the morning, and the team have been on duty for 4 hours without any trouble. When suddenly...
Fire up ahead!
Bingo. First fight of the night is between 3 men at the side of the road.
Come on, come on!
As 2 men are taken round the side of the van, the other man is questioned by PC Paul Dickinson.
Where are you off to now, home? Or are you going...
No, but I was going to go and meet my lass down in town with her for a couple of drinks. But what's going on? Now his lass is going mad because she thinks I'm trying to attack him.
But the questioning's going to have to wait, as one of the other detained men kicks off around the corner.
Basically, you just need to calm him down.
Foxy, right!
As the cops go to arrest him, more revellers join in the commotion.
I'm on the top. Right? Chill. Double lock him, double lock him.
No, that man...
It's all right.
As he's handcuffed, Sergeant Tilly orders the 3rd man who's run off down the street to be rounded up.
Are you all right?
Foxy, you don't need to do this, man.
Right, up you get, fella.
Foxy!
There's no need for that there, like.
He's been kicking off in the middle of the road, but is protesting his innocence.
Oh, fucking hell, I don't believe I've got the blame for this tonight, like.
In you go. In you get.
Oh.
Watch your head. Watch your head. Watch your head.
James, watch your head.
Watch your head. Get on the right.
I swear to
Sit
God.
down. Just sit down.
How come I've got the blame for this?
Right, well, you've been
I've got
arrested.
the blame for this.
Right, well, you've been arrested for Section 5 public order. All right.
The blame for this.
So you don't have to say anything, but it may have
it is, right? I have got the blame for this. You can do what you want.
Say maybe giving evidence.
I've got the blame for this.
Well, you should have walked away when you had the chance, fella.
2 men have now been arrested for fighting in the street, but Sergeant Tilly is struggling to work out exactly what happened.
What we've seen is 2 guys running across the road as we've been passing Duke Street. 2 of them started some sort of fight. Some sort of birthday party got out of hand there.
And the birthday girl and her mate are now sticking their oar in.
Not being fun or not, mate, right?
Carrying on in the street, and people around here are asleep, so that's why we've been locked up.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I'm just supposed to my boyfriend, I've got 3 kids.
Well, it's unfortunate I can't change that, right? They're all shouting, swearing, threatening each other, carrying on. It's not acceptable.
Nothing. He didn't do nothing.
I would beg to differ, I've just watched him. There's people in bed.
Despite warning them to keep it down, they're still causing trouble.
Let them do what they do, yeah? I don't want to hear you swear. You've been warned already. So please swear again and you'll be locked up, right? Final warning. Where'd you live? Where'd you live?
More time tonight.
Far away from here.
Right, are you going to go now?
Well, I'll go in a minute, yeah.
Well, I suggest you go now.
Go.
Christopher, please.
Both of you, go now.
Finally, the night cops persuade birthday girl and what's left of her party to move on.
Off you go.
Birth drama, for now.
Keep going. Or your birthday will get even worse.
As the night cops drive away, one of the arrested men thinks he's been hard done by.
Getting too much drink, right? Getting out of the van. Can't keep them car, which is pathetic, and I get the fucking blame.
Well, he's been locked up as well.
But I did, didn't I?
No, he has.
What?
He's been arrested as well.
Well, I fucking think you should do now.
At least they've got one satisfied customer. Both men were fined £80 under Section 5 of the Public Order Act. Coming up, it's wakey time for this sleepyhead.
Hey, fuck off, man.
This is the police. You need to wake up for me, mate.
Wake up.
It's 6 in the morning in Edinburgh. The clubs are closing and the night shift is coming to an end. Sergeant Oliver and PC Stuart Fulner are heading back to the station. The streets are empty. Well, almost.
It just shows you another drink-induced night and any bed's comfy at this time of the morning going by our pal here. We'll just have to rouse him and get him on his way.
One last straggler, too tired to continue on his way home.
Mate, it's the police. Open your eyes. Wake up. Right, on your feet, come on. Don't think I need to ask if this is your car, eh? Go name. Up off the car, it's not yours.
He may have just been having a quiet snooze, but for his safety, the night cops have to wake him up and move him on.
Do you know where you are? Here, wake up, come on. Well, then he nod. Open your eyes for a start.
Even when standing, he's nodding off.
If you don't wake up and show us that you can walk down the street and arrested, you're just going to get arrested, mate.
Drunk and incapable of looking after yourself.
Okay.
Oh, it's not gross.
Where'd you live?
Where
do you live? Where'd you live?
Yeah.
He looks like he's almost there, but he just can't stop kipping.
Come on, mate, wake up. Wake up. Come on, mate,
Maybe a gentle dig in his chest, or what is known as a sternum rub, will bring him round.
Hey, fuck off, man.
This is the police. You need to wake up for me, mate.
Wake up. Don't.
This is getting silly now.
Right.
Wake up.
Don't be stupid.
Chance, guys.
Wake up, mate. That's it. Open your eyes.
That's it.
You awake?
Aye.
You awake?
You awake?
Open your eyes. Right, what's your name? What's your name? Wake up. Good. Your eyes are open now. Name.
Right.
He's too wasted to even say his name.
What is it? Can you wake up?
Do you know?
Come on, wake up. Last chance or you're under arrest for drunk and incapable.
If the threat of arrest doesn't do the trick, nothing will.
Do you want arrested?
You do want arrested.
What's your name?
We can comply, like, we can arrest you if you want. Right, that's no problem.
They've taken his keeping as a yes to being arrested.
Right, sir, if you listen to me, I arrest you. You're under arrest, okay?
Oh! Do you understand why you've been arrested? Now wake up, come on.
He may not understand, but Sergeant Oliver has given him all the chances he can.
No.
He was given the opportunity to make his way home. He wasn't listening by any means, just messing about. Can only take so much, so he's now under arrest for drunk and incapable. Stay where you are, stop struggling.
This man seems to be able to sleep anywhere. The start of a new day means the end of the shift for the night cops. And one more for custody at St Leonard's Police Station.
Right, step up there, move your head.
Sit, nice and easy. And have a seat at the bench.
After a nap in the cells, the man received a £60 fine for being drunk and incapable. Probably cheaper than a hotel room, though.